Welcome to our podcast. You don't need more grammar. You need this.
You've learned a lot of grammar, tenses, sentence structures, conditionals. You know the rules. But when it's time to speak, you still feel stuck. You stop and think too much. You try to remember the rules. You worry about making mistakes. And because of that, you stay quiet. Or you speak slowly, and you don't feel confident. The problem isn't grammar. You already know enough. The problem is, you don't use what you know. You're waiting to feel ready, but that day doesn't come. Because you think you need to know everything first. You don't. You just need to start using English, the way people really use it. Not perfect, not like a textbook. Just real, natural. Think about a child learning to talk. Do they wait until they learn all the grammar rules? No, they just talk. They say what they can, with what they have, and they get better, because they use the language every day, without fear. That's what you need. Not more grammar, more practice, more speaking, more listening, more mistakes. Because mistakes are not the end. They are the way. Mistakes show you're learning. They show you're trying, and trying is how you grow. Every time you wait to speak, just to find the perfect sentence, you lose a moment, a chance to connect, a chance to express something real. Nobody cares if your sentence is perfect. They care if you're being honest. If you're being you, some people speak English fluently, even with bad grammar, because they speak with confidence. And confidence is more powerful than any grammar rule. So instead of thinking, is this correct? Ask yourself, does this help me say what I want to say? Because that's what language is for. Not to be perfect, but to share, to connect. The more you use English in real situations, the more natural it feels. Watch a movie. Repeat the lines out loud. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing. Record your voice. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. You don't need to sound like a native speaker. You just need to sound like you in English. And that version of you already has enough grammar to begin. Use simple sentences. Don't worry about big words. Don't wait for a better time. Start now. Speak now, even if it's slow, even if you pause. That's how real fluency grows. Step by step, word by word, mistake by mistake. One day you'll look back and realize you're speaking without thinking. Not because you learned more rules, but because you stopped hiding behind them. You trusted your voice. You used what you had, and that made all the difference. So next time you're about to stop yourself, just speak. Say it, even if it's not perfect. Because every time you speak, you get stronger, more natural, more free, and that's what you really need. Not more grammar, just more you in English. And fluency isn't about how much you know, it's about how relaxed you are when you use it. Think about the people who speak many languages. It's not because they memorize more rules than everyone else. It's because they learn how to flow with the language, how to listen, how to react, how to keep going even when they're unsure. They're not afraid of pausing or forgetting a word because they know that silence isn't failure. It's just part of the rhythm. You can do the same. You can stop chasing grammar perfection and start chasing connection. Start small. Talk to yourself in the morning. Describe the clothes you're wearing. Say what you're cooking. Talk about the weather out loud. Not because it's a grammar practice, but because it's real life. And if you forget a word, use your hands, your face, your body. That's still communication. That's still English. You're not a robot. You're not trying to sound like a grammar book. You're trying to be understood, to be present, to feel seen. And when you shift your focus from getting it right to getting it out, your English starts to breathe. You begin to enjoy it, not just study it, because learning a language shouldn't feel like punishment. It should feel like freedom. Freedom to say what you want. Even if it's not perfect, freedom to ask questions, to tell stories, to share who you are. Some days your words will come easily. Other days you'll struggle, and that's okay. Fluency is not a straight line. It's a messy road, with stops and starts. But if you keep going, you'll find your pace. You'll start noticing things in English, phrases, jokes, sounds, and suddenly you're thinking in it, not just translating. And that moment, when your thoughts start arriving in English, That's a quiet kind of magic. Not loud, not flashy, but deep and strong. You didn't get there by learning another tense. You got there by showing up, again and again, even when it felt awkward, even when you didn't feel ready, because every time you listen, every time you speak, even just one sentence, you are feeding that part of your brain that wants to speak freely. You're telling yourself, yes, I can do this. Yes, I'm allowed to sound like a beginner. Yes, I'm growing. And that's the mindset that changes everything. You don't need a new book. You don't need a perfect accent. You don't need to wait until you feel confident. What you need is to stop running from the fear of sounding wrong, because that fear, it's the only thing that's keeping you quiet. And your voice, even with mistakes, even with pauses, even with the wrong word sometimes, is still powerful. So when you speak and someone corrects you, don't feel embarrassed. Feel grateful. You just learned something real, something that actually matters in your daily life. And when someone understands you, even when your sentence isn't perfect, feel proud, because you made it work. You made the message come alive, and it grows in small moments. Ordering coffee, asking for directions, telling someone about your weekend, laughing when you say something silly, and they still laugh with you. You see, language isn't just words. It's connection, emotion, intention. That's why you feel stuck when you try to speak perfectly, because you're thinking too much and feeling too little. Let yourself feel the language. Don't just study the meaning of a word. Feel how it sounds in your mouth, how it moves with your breath, how it makes you smile when it fits perfectly in the moment. That's how children learn. Not by rules, but by rhythm. By repeating what they hear, by using what feels natural. You can do that too. You're not too old. You're not too late. You're exactly where you need to be. As long as you keep going, don't wait until you finish grammar. You'll never finish it. Even native speakers break the rules all the time. They just don't care. Because they know that being understood matters more than being perfect. You already have enough grammar. More than enough. What you need now is real experience, real conversations, real mistakes, real moments that make your English come alive. Talk to people. Talk to yourself. Talk to your phone. Talk to your mirror. Just talk. And when your brain says, wait, what if you sound stupid? You tell it, I'd rather sound real than say nothing at all. Because silence never taught anyone a language. Only speaking does. Even if your voice shakes, even if you forget words, even if you feel nervous, speak anyway. That's how you get better. That's how you stop translating in your head. That's how you become fluent. Not because you finally mastered grammar, but because you stopped waiting to be perfect and started being brave. So if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been waiting for the right moment to speak, this is it. Right here, right now, your voice matters. Your words matter. Even the broken ones, even the simple ones. Say them anyway. You don't need more grammar. You just need to believe that you, right now, are already enough to start speaking the English you dream of. That's how it begins. Not with another chapter, but with your voice today. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine yourself speaking English without fear. Not perfect, but natural, calm, clear. You're not translating. You're not pausing to check the grammar in your head. You're just speaking like the words belong to you, because they do. That version of you is not far away. It's not a dream. It's not a maybe. It's waiting on the other side of your hesitation. Every time you speak, you're getting closer. Even when it feels slow, even when no one's listening, even when you feel unsure. Because your progress isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, like when you understand a joke without subtitles, or when a phrase just slips out of your mouth without thinking, or when you help someone using English, and you don't even realize you're doing it. That's growth. That's fluency. That's you. So let today be the day you stop waiting. Let today be the day you stop hiding behind grammar books. Let today be the day you give yourself permission to sound like a learner, to sound like a real person, to be seen, to be heard. Speak with the words you have, and let the rest come with time. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're learning. And that's something to be proud of. So if no one has told you this yet, let me be the first. You are doing enough. You are learning enough. You are already enough. Keep going. Keep speaking. Keep showing up for yourself. You don't need more grammar. You need trust in your voice, patience with your journey, and the courage to sound human in a new language. That's all it takes. That's all it's ever taken. And you, just as you are, can do it. Right now. Right here. With your voice. One word at a time. Thank you so much for listening until the end. If you found this helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs it. Take care. Keep practicing, and see you in the next video.